So by now, it's no secret that Netflix will buy anything. If you want a show and you want to get it made, find out a way to pitch it to Netflix, because worst case scenario, they'll just cancel you after one season and then you'll become one of those shows they recommend that nobody watches. Either way, you have a show on Netflix. And with how big streaming has gotten and is going to get, that only leaves us with room for more error. And believe it or not, that error is spreading to other countries. Normally, America is the one synonymous with bad movies. If you look up worst movies on Netflix, 10 out of 10 times you're going to find a list that's never less than 99% filled with movies made in the greatest country ever stolen. Even our bad movies are ones that other countries wish they could make, which is why we're always remaking their movies. We take shit and make it American shit. And sometimes countries want to make their own shit, which is totally fine, but you can't be obvious about it. You gotta act like you wanted to make something great, but nobody else saw the vision you saw. You can't be like, here's some shit, we're gonna make him do some shit, and then he's gonna solve some shit. That's not the formula. Case in point, there's this new South Korean show on Netflix called Chicken Nugget, and it's about the struggles of a father to recover his daughter who entered a mysterious machine and turned into a chicken nugget. Now first off, I don't know what Korean people consider a chicken nugget, but that is a fucking raw piece of meat. If I was Adult Swim, I'd see if I can do anything about this looking exactly like Meatwad. But that is literally what the show is about. I only watched the first episode because the premise alone is only worth an episode's watch, but this has to be the laziest plotline to a show I have ever seen. This is essentially the Pickle Rick episode stretched out into 10 episodes. Only the chicken nugget isn't an alcoholic scientist, but instead a Korean girl. And the best part about all of this is that the chicken nugget doesn't even talk.
내 말이 들리면 몸을 옆으로 굴려봐요.
Imagine wanting to be an actor and you finally get cast in something and you find out that your co-star is a fucking box of chicken nuggets. The way she turns into a chicken nugget is also lazily done too. As she's in the machine, she sees this guy walk over with his chicken ball, and as it drops on the floor, she says chicken nugget, turning her into one. Everything is so obvious also, like they leave their chicken nugget on the table and then their coworker walks in and is like, ooh, yummy chicken balls. And then they come out and they're like, did you just eat the chicken that I left on the table? Like on a plate so you can eat like food? Like if it was did you eat the food that I left there for people to eat? And you're like, calm down, it hasn't even been 15 minutes into the first episode. I don't think I ate your fucking daughter yet. But the first episode ends with the coworker putting the chicken ball that was the guy's daughter into the box with the others inside the fridge. And because she can't talk, they don't know which one is her, so they're like, we might as well just take all of them and make this our little 10 episode journey. And I'm not just talking shit for the video. I went into this thinking it was going to be a sleeper hit like Squid Game, but it's just a sleeper. Got a little itch. And like I said, I only watched the first episode, so I don't know if the Nugget develops speech in the later episodes. They post this picture on Twitter to advertise it, but this is part of a dream sequence that's part of the first episode. But before that even happens, right after the opening credits, they start doing a Q&A with the meatball girl. And she's talking. Like they're asking her what it's like being a chicken nugget, and she freaking talks back. What the freak?
처음엔 온몸에 마비가 온 줄 알았죠. 몸이 굳으면 몸이 튀겨진 느낌이구나.
So they kind of bait you into thinking this is going to be like a funny show where the girl's like, you think your life's hard? You should try living as a chicken meatball. But it's just about two Korean guys who try to reverse something that should have never happened. I think the way she gets into the machine is dumb also. I think she asks like, what's the machine for? Because it obviously isn't the only purple thing in the whole building. And the guy's like, this helps with fatigue if you're tired. And she's like, well, I only get 24 hours of sleep. And this guy's like, well, that's perfect for you. And then that leads to the part where instead of saying, hey, you dropped that, she says what was dropped. I even gave them the benefit of the doubt and wanted to see what the other episodes were like, and I obviously skipped some chapters because there wasn't a single chicken nugget for 20 minutes when I clicked on like episode 8.
부부끼리 방에서 뭐 하겠소? 아들이 12은 돼야 양반이지.
Someone could have walked in on me watching this and they would have thought I was watching that new Shogun series, and that's not just because they're Asian, but if you saw this, would you think this was about a show about someone's daughter getting turned into a chicken nugget? No, right? Right? I'm not just racist, right? But apparently this is what happens when America fills every streaming platform with the shittiest shit known to man. Other countries start to feel left out and want to join in on the fun. Hopefully I finish editing this before midnight, but if I don't, see you guys tomorrow. Peace. And then the next day.